Well, the Chinese whispers that was confirmed by the Indian Army as the Indian Armed Forces went on to record to say that when they launched Operation Sindoor, they were dealing with one border and with three adversaries. On the face of it, it was India fighting directly with Pakistan, but in reality, there were two more hidden enemies, China and Turkey. Now, India's Deputy Army Chief, Lieutenant General Rahul Singh, has detailed how China was sharing live inputs of India's deployment with Pakistan and Turkey during the operation. Naturally, then, it wouldn't be surprising if there is growing anti-China and anti-Turkey sentiment in India. However, the Congress party is going on to blame neither China nor Turkey, but Prime Minister Modi instead. The Congress party President Mallikarjun Kharge says Minister Modi's foreign policy is at fault, which has ensured that we made enemies on all sides. He says that not just China and Pakistan, but even Nepal is now distancing from India because of the Prime Minister Modi's leadership.
इनके फॉरेन पॉलिसी के वजह से, फेल्यूर के वजह से हमारे को सब तरफ से दुश्मन बने हैं। एक तरफ चाइना है, एक तरफ पाकिस्तान है, एक तरफ आज नेपाल भी हमसे दूर हो रहा है। हर लोग हमसे दूरी बना रहे हैं, हमको घेर लिए हैं। और मोदी जी, आप कहां हैं?
Now, the Congress president is heard referring to both China and Pakistan and the same nations who collaborated against India during Operation Sindoor. However, Mallikarjun Kharge goes on to blame the Prime Minister for his foreign policy, and this statement seems to have been found takers amongst the opposition India bloc as well.
मौजूदा नरेंद्र मोदी की सरकार अपने आप को दक्षिणपंथी कहने वाले लोगों ने जब अमेरिका से अपनी दोस्ती को बढ़ाया, तो निश्चित तौर पर जो बातें पूरे विश्व पटल पे सामने आई कि मोदी जी का अमेरिका की सरकार से बड़ी नज़दीकी है, और रसिया भी नाराज हुआ कि विश्व पटल पे भारत आज बहुत मजबूत स्थिति में नहीं है। इसकी बानगी अभी हाल फिलहाल ऑपरेशन सिंदूर के जरिए देखने को मिली है। खड़गे जी कह रहे हैं, वो बात पूरा देश कह रहा है कि पूरा विश्व पटल पे मोदी जी ने भारत के दुश्मन पैदा किए हैं, ना कि दोस्त बनाए।
That's true that India has been isolated, and so much isolated that not a single country is with us. And of course, during Indo-Pak war, it has been seen that number of the countries, they stood up, they're standing Pakistan, and rather it's becoming the list is becoming big, that more and more countries are siding Pakistan, but none is with us clearly.
Remember, Mallikarjun Kharge is talking about antagonizing the same China and armed Pakistan, because during Operation Sindoor, it was the Chinese D-10 fighter jets and JF-17 jets that Pakistan used in their attempts to thwart India. Pakistan was armed with China's PL-15 missiles and also Chinese air defense system that India managed to obliterate in Lahore. Even as the Congress now blames the Prime Minister for antagonizing China, the reality is that nearly 81% of Pakistan's military hardware even today comes from China, something that was also confirmed by the Indian Defence Forces.
Another important thing during Op Sindoor was air defense. Thankfully, our population centers were not quite addressed. In the next round, we had to be prepared for that, and we had China providing all possible support. And it's no surprise, because if you were to look at statistics, in the last 5 years, 81% of the military hardware that Pakistan is getting is all Chinese, 81% of that. Is that he's able to test his weapons against, say, various other weapon systems that are there. It's like a live lab which is available to. So it's a good, that is what is something we have to be very, very cognizant about. Again, Turkey also played a very important role in providing the type of support. When the DGMO level talks were going on, Pakistan actually was mentioning that we know that your such and such important sort of vector is primed and it is ready for action. I would request you to perhaps, pull it back. So he was getting live inputs as far as from China. So that is one place we really need to move fast.
We have Sabyasachi with us. Good morning to you, Sabya. It seems that there is no convincing our opposition. And these are the statements that are not being made from the government of India directly, but these are coming in from the defense forces, who have been saying that as far as China's intervention is also concerned, and Turkey was the other hidden enemy that was fighting alongside Pakistan.
Well, that's right. See, these statements are not coming in from the government. In fact, these statements are coming in from the defense forces. But what is important to see that time and again, despite clarification coming in from the CDS as well as time and again from the central government, but the opposition seems not to be impressed about it. Now, time and again, Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge and the entire Congress party have questioned the foreign policy of the country. The Congress party has says that the foreign policy of the country has failed because at the time of Operation Sindoor, if you talk about Pakistan, there was continuous support from the USA as well as from countries like China and Turkey. Now, the Congress party has been continuously raising it, and in fact, yesterday also Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge said that our foreign policy is not good, and that is the reason why countries like Pakistan, China and Nepal are distancing from us. Now, Mallikarjun Kharge also said that at this particular time, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is neglecting the domestic issues because of international appearance. Now, he asked, where is Prime Minister Narendra Modi? Now, time and again, we have seen that the BJP has hit back strongly at the Congress party, stating that the Congress party has been supporting the narrative that is coming from across the border, despite the fact that Pakistan has been supporting terrorism time and again, which is no hidden fact. It has come out into light with facts and proof, and despite that, the Congress party seems to extend their support to Pakistan as well as to China.
All right. Thank you very much, Sabyasachi, for joining in. As far as